Hello Cryoparametric users, my name is Sudhanva Puranik. I am a trainer for Tata Technologies and content developer for iGetIt. Today in this live webinar, I am going to show some advanced techniques in the assembly design using Cryoparametric 7.0. So these are my topics today. The first three topics, they are for advanced constraining in the assembly, and the remaining topics are creation of and placing of components using component interfaces, flexible components, and offset cross section in the assembly. So in our iGetIt library, there are different categories of different software for which courses are available, and my current focus is on PTC Creo, where I have a course for PTC Creo 4.0 having advanced assembly design, and in this course there are different units. Out of them I will focus on three topics from this advanced constraints, then the component interfaces, then flexible component, and cross section. So now let us begin with today's session. So my first topic is regarding constraining a point on a point. So for this there is a assembly of toe jack, and in the toe jack I enable the point display. From here to here there is a spring assembled, similarly on this side as well. So I will create the assembly of spring with the help of point on point constraint. Let me enable plane display as well, so only two planes are displayed from the base plate part. I create an assembly of the spring, and the spring, let me first just put it in a way which I want. So it should be like this. Then my first constraint is regarding this point in the spring and similar point over here in this black part, main slider, coincidence. Then next constraint is about the plane in the spring and similar plane in the main slider part, and third constraint I want to put for the other point. So that is this point from the spring and this point over here. So this will make the spring fully constrained, and you can see in the front view spring is assembled properly. So similar thing now I want to make on the other side. Here let us assemble the spring again, and I want to rotate that as per my need. Okay, so again and similar point over here, which is a coincidence. Then planes from spring and main slider, and third constraint is about the second point of spring. Okay, so let us now check the assembly. See, the spring is properly assembled with the help of point-point connection between the two parts. This was about first topic, that is constraining a point on a point. Now let us go for next topic, that is constraining a point on a line. So this is my assembly, and you can see that there are mechanism connections are available, two sliders and one cylinder. Now for this pointer there is already one cylinder connection created. Now I will create one more connection set which will have the slot connection, and for slot connection I am having a point on line kind of a constraint. So for that I will pick a point from the pointer, this tip vertex, and line should be this curve on the base plate. So this connection is created having a constraint of point on line. So now if I just drag this pointer, it will follow the path which is given to it by the curve, because there is a point on line connection and the movement of this thing is taken care with the help of two slider joints. So this is a very brief about the mechanism. There are many things to learn over here, and we are in a process of creating a course of Creo mechanism as well. So stay tuned. You will definitely get the update about that course as well. So now let us go for next topic. So next topic is about constraint sets with parameters. Now carefully observe what I do over here. For this part it is not having any constraints right now, so I will edit. There is no constraints, and there is a set 4 is over here. I will give it a name as set 1. Then first constraint, that should be this round surface and this round surface. The new constraint, that is about this edge from the model, and for this corresponding surface would be this, and third constraint should be mating of flat surfaces. Now if we observe this thing in top view, we can see that since the edge is meeting to this surface, so this pin part is over here. There is one more possibility that the other edge can touch to this surface as well. So if I want to have both the conditions and activate one of them, then I can create a constraint set with parameter. So first what I do is I will go for edit definition, and I will select the set and disable the set. Then for new set, I give it a name as set 2. Then in set 2 again I will have to create the similar constraints, only with one difference, that is of selection of the edge. So now this time I will pick the opposite edge and this opposite surface accordingly. Then third constraint of surface mating. So now this is set 2, and now you can see in top view that this is now matching over here. Now I want to change between the sets um, immediately or with less efforts. For that I go for tree columns, and here I will select type as feature parameters, and then I will type a name of parameter as ptc constraint set, say apply. So this parameter has been applied, and right now the parameter is now showing over here with current active set as the set2. Now just over here, if I select the set1, enter, and then regenerate the model, so now set1 gets activated. Again, if I put here again set2 and regenerate, the set2 gets activated. So this is about constraint sets with parameters. Hope this is clear. Now let us go for next topic. So next topic is about component interfaces. So now here I will select this rocker screw part, open it, and I need to place this part in the main assembly, for which I don't need to do many efforts of selection in the assembly, because the parts are being repeated over there. In such case I will create a interface. So since I want to place this part, I will select the placing type interface and give it a name similar to that of the part name, and then constraint should be like this. Okay, so the interface gets created. Okay, then I will open the main assembly, and you can see that, for example, now I need to place the other bolts in this big lead part, then the small lead part, as well as in the rocker and base plate. So for example, if we see the big lead, then the big lead part, it contains the interface, and this type of interface is a receiving interface, because this will receive the placed part. So based on this logic, let me now place the different parts over here. So assemble and select the screw part. So now it will show me that it is a interface to interface, and there is a interface over here, and possible interfaces are over here. So just go on selecting and allow assumptions which will make it fully constrained. Then the other interfaces, they will be selected. So it is a quick placement of parts due to the already created interfaces. Similarly, I will go for small screw, and for that available place is here, not here. It is showing because the diameter of screw is matching, but I need to place it over here only. So just go on placing at the locations which are provided by the interface. So small screw is assembled, so for which I need to create a receiving type of interface in the rocker part. So in the rocker part I will create a interface which is receiving type, and give it a name as rocker1. This is here and here. Similarly, one more interface which is again receiving type, that is rocker. Okay, so we can see that first interface and second interface, rocker1, rocker2. Now in the main assembly, I will go for assembly of rocker screw. Now it will give me these two locations, so select them and the rocker screw gets assembled. And then the last thing, which is screw 1. So for this location is this over here, and screw gets assembled with the interface. So this creates assembly of all the screws in all the locations very easily with the help of the interfaces which we have created. Okay, so hope this topic is understood. Let us go for next topic. So next thing is related to flexible component. Now see here, I have this detent spring part, and for this you can see that flexibility has been defined. So now I want to put this part in the main assembly. So the assembly is of a gear shift mechanism. Enable the axis display over here, and for current purpose I just hide this support part. So I need to assemble the detent spring over here. So detent spring I select and open. Since it is having the flexibility predefined, so it will ask me that whether I want to use it. I will say yes to it, but I will not use the flexibility immediately. I will just say OK over here, and first I need to assemble the part. So pick the axis from the spring and the axis over here, that is coincidence. Then second constraint is about mating of flat surfaces. So this assembles the spring, and we can just now show the support part and see the assembly in front view and in hidden line. So the detent spring is like this, the ball is there and it is holding the ball over here in the this kind of slot over here. Now once this lever is moving, it will shift on this side, and since it is coming here, so ball goes on the tip over here. In that case the spring should compress. So now I need to show the compress spring. For that purpose I will edit the definition of the spring, and in flexibility varied atoms, for pitch I will make it as 1.6 and height I will make it as 8. Okay, so now you can see that spring is compressing like this, and now we can check the mechanism. So in the mechanism, okay, so here now we can see that the ball is at the tip and it is now still maintaining the contact with the spring, which indicates that ball goes up and spring is compressing. So that scenario we can show with the help of this flexible component, and the flexible component is shown with a different symbol over here. So that is all about adding flexibility over here. Okay, so this mechanism run is done and lever comes over here. Okay, so I hope this topic is clear. Then let us go to the last topic of today's session, that is creation of offset cross section in the assembly. So I have this steering hub assembly. Now in this view, suppose I want to create a cross section which is passing through this hole, then main center, and then this hole. So that cannot be done in a regular planar cross section. That can be done with the help of offset cross section. So here I create a offset section. In sketch I create on this surface with right orientation, and let me take the references. Okay, so now I will just create a line passing through both the centers, and this is my definition of section. So the section gets created, then I can show the hatching. Okay, done. Now what I need to do is just I can edit the hatch patterns. So based on each part I will give it some different hatching pattern. First say this stub axle, for this pattern is different, then for this part different pattern, for this part again different pattern. Similarly for this part. Okay, so we can see that now for all the parts a different hatch pattern has been applied, and due to which the offset section is showing like this. If I edit the definition, I can change the direction of cutting as well. From the other side we can now see this. We can flip it from here as well. Okay, so this was about today's topics about the different advanced techniques of assembly design. So hope these all topics, point on point, point on line, and constraint sets with parameters, the three topics of advanced constraining, then the interfaces, flexible components, and offset cross section in assembly. These all topics hopefully they have added a new knowledge to your Creo knowledge base, and stay tuned for more such kind of short webinars on Creo, as well as you can refer everything in detail in our courses. So please visit the iGetIt page and subscribe to the courses over there. You can learn a lot definitely over there. Thanks a lot being in the session. Thank you.